Hello, hello. I hope that you can hear me okay. I'm actually at Whole Foods, also known as Whole Paycheck and My Standards, grabbing some lunch and decided I was going to sit outside because it's covered, but it's actually a little bit equally as noisy as it would be if I sat inside. So bear with me. Yay, Pacific Northwest. That's Oregon and Seattle for you, right? Anyway, hi, hello. I am Kat Trotter-Viterbo. You can follow me at Cat Like Meow, and I am part of the Hair Nerds Army. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about Fashion Solstice 2018. It is coming up at the Linwood Convention Center in Seattle, Washington. This coming up March 24th, so this Saturday. The show starts at 6:30 p.m. and tickets are available at justiceandsoul.org. Now, everybody kind of keeps asking me, like, what's all the hype? What's the deal with it? Like, what's going on? And this organization is actually, like, very dear to me. So essentially what Fashion Solstice is Fashion Solstice is an annual fundraiser put on, excuse me, by the Justice and Soul Foundation. And the Justice and Soul Foundation is an organization based out of Seattle, Washington, by the founder, Matthew Fairfax from James Allen Salon. And he essentially decided he was going to create a salon in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, or a third world country, to help at-risk youth and victims of sex trafficking pick up a trade and basically be able to change and modify their lives. The coolest thing about it is, you know, if you have been to a third world country or have been to any place like that, you know, you do know that a lot of times, you know, younger children, teens, even in their early 20s, honestly, will sacrifice going to school, won't be able to afford going to school because they have to work. You know, on average, the average Khmer family, Khmer being Cambodian, is bringing in about $120 a month. You know, so obviously that requires all resources, and a lot of times that requires, you know, the young children to start working. So in turn, they compromise their schooling, they compromise their trades. So what Kate Corpy does is they provide a place for them to actually be able to work and learn. Not only that, but they're also learning and building, obviously, customer service skills. They're actually getting trained by Tamea Katona, who is very Sassoon heavy as far as cutting goes and whatnot. Very well trained, very classically trained, which I love, and I love her. I think she's amazing. She quit her career in Chicago and moved over there full time to become their head educator, and just very much believes in the cause and gives her heart and soul to these students, which is amazing. So they're over there essentially training these students, giving them Western techniques, giving them an advantage that they can have these luxurious, high-end style experiences in those places. Now, whether you know this or not, in Cambodia you actually aren't required to have any kind of license or whatnot, so it's pretty interesting. You can walk through the markets and you'll see pig heads and you'll see like knockoff Louis being sold, and then all of a sudden there's a random chair with a pair of, you know, some person with a pair of scissors and some box dye, and that's considered a salon. So what we're doing is we're elevating and we're giving them the opportunity to be able to build an actual career and have an opportunity to be part of this industry. So long story short, Fashion Solstice is the one fundraiser a year that makes that all happen. And what happens is 15 to about 20 salons in the greater Seattle area as of now, but Portland, I plan on bringing this to you, so please be ready. And if you ever feel like this is something that pulls at your heart and maybe you want to do or put on, by all means, I'd say go for it. But 15 to 20 salons get together. They each create their own collection, usually 3 to 5 models, and strut the runway. Each salon sells X amount of tickets. Each salon brings in auction items. So there's a silent auction, there's food, there's eats, and then there's this awesome runway show put on by all of these different salons. So it's beautiful because as hairstylists and as local hairstylists, we come together as a community and build for one better cause, which is to share the love, which is to give somebody else a better opportunity. And that to me is pretty amazing. About 2 years ago, I myself actually had the opportunity to go and teach at the Kate Corpy Salon in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and I spent a month over there, and it changes you in such a way that, you know, if you ever have the opportunity, if teaching is in your heart, if giving is in your heart, if, you know, you feel drawn and compelled to go help people, I definitely suggest going. Go and help this cause, go teach. If you don't have the time, if you're not into teaching, you know, donate. There's so many different things you can do. You can put on your own, you know, fundraiser. You can put on whatever. It's really great. And this is not only limited to people within the Pacific Northwest. There's people all over the country. Like I said, Tamaya Katona, the head educator, is from Chicago. You know, Emily, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on your last name right now. But like, you know, it's like people are from everywhere, you know. So don't be afraid of thinking like this is only for Pacific Northwest, whatever she's ranting about, like, good for you, Seattle. No, this is everybody, and we're making and building something greater, you know. In the future, I know they hopefully will be building more schools and be able to do bigger and like better outreach, but none of that can happen if we're not all coming together to make it happen. So this March 24th, Seneca and Boone, which as you guys know, is my salon that I co-own with my best friend and partner in crime, Alyssa Risco. We are based out of Tigard, Oregon, as well as very recently in Ballard, Washington. We all opened our second location, which has been very, very exciting. But we are going to be making a little debut, a premiere. You know, we obviously have done our shows in the past, and this is the first time that we get to do it as Seneca and Boone, and obviously we've practically always done it together, but this is going to be really exciting and really fun for us, you know. So stay tuned, you know. Check in on Saturday. I will be doing an Instagram takeover on what the day goes like, the prep, the behind the scenes. You know, I plan on finding Tamaya and Matthew and hopefully being able to get some interviews and get them to chit chat with you a little bit about what it is that they're doing, you know, where their heart's at, how the students are growing. You know, we've already had two graduating classes, I believe, and it's amazing. And they've gone on and they either want to continue to teach or they're now like building their own salons and like legitimate salons, and it's beautiful and it's amazing. And like we've instilled this sense of growth in them and instilled this sense of helping others and paying it forward. And that's what it should be, you know. Essentially, we're creating a domino effect of growth. You know, so yeah, March 24th, stay tuned for the Hair Nerds. On Instagram Takeover, I will be running you through Fashion Soulstice behind the scenes of our own very collection for Seneca and Boone, as well as interviewing myself and my best friend Alyssa, a hot stylist. If you haven't followed her, we'll be interviewing Matthew, Tamaya, and even some of the other salons that are involved and some of our awesome supporters that will be there also. So stay tuned. Thanks for chiming in. Mwah.